Get my keys out of the way. We're live here in Las Vegas, and look what we got. Look at all this stuff here. So I can't show the entire bills because there's some sort of rules or laws against being able to counterfeit or something. I'm not sure how that works. So we may periodically mess them up a little bit just for you. But this is what's happening here soon. As we go live momentarily, we're going to count some cash. It's a cash counting evening tonight. And it's cold outside, so what better to do than count some money here at the Aztec Inn cash count room, allegedly. Let's see who's here. We got Vin Julian, we got Long Shot, Jack Stevens, Tony. Coach, do you get a free turkey combo for every 1,000 you count? No, I actually have to get the discount, which is nice. You got a Navy Federal ad. Cool. Aloha, Jennifer. By the Lake, 123 is here. Peter's here. Welcome each and every one of you. You may recognize some of these guys in here. This guy is Jorge Washington. This one right here is Andrew Jackson. This one, where's he at? Abraham Lincoln, that's right. Gary's here, Nissy Angel, Steve Six. Welcome each and every one of you. And it's going to be some fun. We're going to teach you a little something about some paper money and what you can look to collect if you want to be a collector. And the fun about collecting paper money is when you run out of money, you can just spend it and then start collecting again. So we're going to look for some of the new bills, some of the older bills. We're going to talk about some of the security features. This is not money. This is actually, you're absolutely correct. This is movie money. Let me show you the movie money. We have movie money tonight. Where did I put my movie money? That's so much movie money. Glad you pointed that out. There we go. Found it. This is our movie money for tonight. So right here, notice what it says right there. It says prop uses only. Right there. This one here, look at that. Movie picture use. $10. And on the back, it says copy. Movie prop use only. This is fake money. This is money that's been approved for use in movies and motion pictures and TV shows. It's got all kinds of anti-security features. Look at the ones here. They've got them marked off on the side here. Same with the 10s, the 2s, all the different ones. And it's a whole different feel than actual real money. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. Mary, did you lose this? I just found this in a bag at McDonald's. They handed it to me as I was leaving. You get my McDouble, I got my McDouble cash. Welcome everybody, we are live. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to start the process once we welcome everyone. Where's the Benjamins, Coach? There's no Benjamins here today. This is the Aztec hand pay. It's like an MG hand pay, except, you know, a little classier because it's the Aztec, allegedly. Kingfish, straight cash homie, that's right. What's up? You got a $2 bill as change in the Nairobi airport, cool. So $2 bills are not that scarce. They're actually making them still actively, and you can get them at a bank. You have to ask for them many times, but certainly you can get them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this stack of fives. There was a time in America when the bank would have these all faced up in the right direction and all that. But now they have counting machines, and they just throw them in there and don't really do much with them, and so they're all every which way but loose. Expressionistix is here. Let us market you. Night Raver. You feel like we're going to get naughty? This is the new preferred medium of your local entertainers. If they're on the main stage, you want to throw them at least one of these. Not so much these. It's harder to get these in the G-string than it is in these. So there's supposed to be 100 $5 bills in this stack. So $500 stack. Says so right there. What we're going to look for is a couple things. We're going to look for the old style bill, and specifically for a USA note, a United States note. It's got a red seal on it, the last made in 1963, and you can find them pretty well every once in a while. Kino Starman with the reference, there you go. Am I wearing a suit? Why, yes I am. In the count room, you have to wear a suit. Exactly. I need someone to send me a $2 American bill for your collection. I'm going to try to get some. That'll be fun. All right, here we go. This is the proceeds from the robbery. All right, so $5 bills. On the back, that's the Lincoln Memorial from President Abe Lincoln. That's the dude on the front. There he is right there. Some of the things about paper money you may or may not know. is that a lot of different security features. This is the new design. It says right here, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. Now this is different than what it used to say on the notes. Star notes, if we see a star note, I'll show you a star note. Yes, definitely. Star notes are fun to save. I got some information I'll show you on eBay as well. Susie Luck has arrived. How you doing? Cash money, that's right. Where did this money come from? I thought the drinking water at the English hotel is free. That is, no, we're at the Aztec Hotel count room. This is where they count all the proceeds. That's why the bills are so big. So we're gonna go through and we're just gonna kind of straighten them out first. These are all, oh, what happened there? Look at right here, what's that? Okay, we're gonna set this aside. That's a note that either the ink is faded through or was a misprint, because the seal is not supposed to be on the back of the note. So that's the seal right there. And so this might actually be a collectible note depending on what's going on there. Too much ink, somehow the ink transferred on the back. That's a really cool note right there. We're gonna set that aside. We want to save that note. Hashtag save that note. All right, go through, stack them up here. The banks, they just don't care anymore. They just, they don't even want to deal with cash. So they just, any which way, every which way. Money cannot tell a lie. Think of the stories that these $5 bills have told. Yeah. Oh, I know where that one's been. So far, they're just all the old, or the new, none of the old school. They're all the new ones. That one's got some schmutz on it. Looks like somebody had some Cheetos with that one. That's a Cheeto 5 right there. All right, let me get a few here. So there's $100 in a stack of $5 bills, the way that we do it. So you get $25 bills, you put a paper clip on it, and you go from there. So it is definitely dirty. I've got my hand sanitizer ready. So we're gonna pick 100, 1, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, nasty bill there, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100 American dollars. 100 American $5 bills, $100 worth. On here you have a couple of different numbers and different letters and things like that. It determines where the bills were made, manufactured. They used to have the different Federal Reserve banks and the symbol over here, but now they don't have that. So when we get over to these $1 bills, you'll still see this is the Richmond, Virginia Federal Reserve is the E. Let's find a different one. These are all upside down too. That's horrible. Banks, you got to get your stuff together. Look at that, that's just crap. Oh, here's an L. So the L is the San Francisco, California bank. And so those matter in collectability of some bills. We'll talk about that here in a minute. So after you get your $100 in fives, put a little paper clip on it. First count. Next one. You can count all these. I have to do it anyway, so we're gonna have some fun doing it. Try to get them. Okay, on the back here, there used to be shadows in the bushes here below the Lincoln Memorial. And it had secret numbers in it that there's all kinds of murder mysteries and stuff that go along with that. They've actually removed them from the new bills here. So that's missing. Why did they do that? What secrets of the government was it telling? We'll find an old bill and I'll show you what it looks like. I think you'll be very interested to see it. You'll be shocked and amazed when you see it. I'll show you the difference. I used to work at a game room and I used to put paper clips on every 100, yes. 5, 10, 15. Notice MK, PI, PK. Got the A's, the C's. These are all different plate numbers and manufacturing locations. That way they can track the money. So when you wonder, how do they know if they're counterfeit bills or not? This is one way that they can do it. If you were to take people against their will and demand payment, they will track these numbers here. So when they start showing up in banks, they know where that ransom money is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm also looking at the numbers for Liar's Poker. We'll look at that here in a moment. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Bunch of 2s and 5s on there. I got full house, 4 of a kind. I already lost track of what I was. I'm going to say 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. We're going to recount that. What is up, everyone? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. That's why I counted again, because I was absolutely correct. Definitely gonna get sick again. Oh no, I'm enjoying a bunch of sanitization. We got a torn bill that I couldn't spend that at McDonald's. Let's go to the singles. There's 100 in a pack of singles. And we're going to look for some web-fed notes. I'm going to teach you what those are. We're going to look for some silver certificates. And we're going to look for a horse blanket note, which we won't find because they're oversized. And we're going to look for some bar notes. If you know what a bar note is, put a little hashtag in there. I know what a bar note is. You may or may not understand what that is. And that's cool. We will educate you. And it may or may not be what you think it is. So lots of different series of $1 notes. So this is the 2017 A series. Stephen Mnuchin is the Secretary of the Treasury. That's his signature right there. And over here is the Treasurer of the United States of America. And it says Garth Brooks, I think. I can't read that one. Someone can look that up for me. Who is the Treasurer? So this one again, a 2017 A. Here's a different one. This is a 2013. And so you have a different person here and a different signature there. You'll grab a couple different ones. Here's a 27, okay, the 2017 A versus 2017. They're supposed to have different signatures. What that usually means is there is a change in the White House. And so these were still being made into 2018, 2019, and so on. I'm sorry, into 2017 from the previous. Once there was a change in the White House or one of the different cabinet secretaries changed, then we'll add an A series to it. So it's still, even though it says 2017 on there, it's not the year that it was made. It can be made for years. So like the 1963 stuff, made forever. 1977, made till 1981. That kind of a thing. All right, we're gonna look for a star note. 1, 2, 3. Need 25 of these in a stack. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9er. Try to straighten them out too as best you can. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here's a really nasty one from 13, 16, and 17. 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 of the $5 bills. There's 25 of the ones in an official stack. 22, 23, 24, and 25. And these are all relatively new notes. There's no web-fed note here, and I did not see a star note. So you just snack this thing right on it. Grab another stack, thumb through it. 3, 4, like here's a bunch of zeros on this one, but it's not a low number because it starts with some 5s. It has 0, 0, 0, whatever. It can be very collectible. There's another thing called a radar note. A radar note is, the word radar is R-A-D-A-R, so it's spelled the same forward and backwards. If you find a note that is 31111113, those are very collectible, and you can sell those on eBay. They're not so valuable, but they're very collectible. People like to use them for tricks and liar's poker and different things. So if you find a radar note, set that aside. And they're rare because they only happen whenever those numbers happen. All right, that should be about 18 there. It's not quite 25. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Those are crisp. 21, 22, 3, 24, and 25. So I didn't see any star notes in those. A star note is a note that's made when there's a sheet of notes that are destroyed because they're imperfect or something. And if they would have probably caught this one, they may have destroyed that sheet and they would have issued star notes to indicate that they've replaced the initial run of paper money. Is this a money channel? It is. I collect Canadian peso notes and LOON coins. Cool. So I didn't know Canadians had pesos. How are you feeling, Brian Force? Good to see that you're here with us. Yes. All right, on the back, a plate number here. Different printing presses and plates that they use. All your $1 bills, all the Federal Reserve notes of recent days, it's down on the bottom, okay? Down under the E in 1. Right there. There's a nice 19, a 77, and 17. So there's lots of different plates and lots of different ways that they print the money because they print trillions of these things. That way, if some gets stolen, destroyed, whatever, they can trace it down to when it was made, what plate it was. Sometimes the notes are off center. They destroy those and they can trace it back to all the different notes that they made. 2, 3, looking for star notes, 4, 5, 6. The star will be on the inside here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are all relatively new. 11. They do destroy a bunch of money all the time. 12, 13 when it gets worn out. 14 and 15. 16. I'm looking for an older one for you. 17, 18, 19, 20. Like a 1977, I believe we'll find one. There's a 2009. So that one is Geithner and Lloyd. Is it Lloyd Bennett? I don't know who that was. That was someone else. That's not Lloyd. So somebody named Rios. So you can look up who the different people were online, and they'll tell you which signatures are rare. Again, no star notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's 12 Federal Reserve districts. Why 12? Why not? Some people have a theory on that, but there's 12 Federal Reserve districts. So you have your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. San Francisco being the L, and the A, we'll pull it up here in a moment, probably Boston. There's a San Francisco right there, L. And on this side, E, Richmond, Virginia. Here's the A right here, Boston, Massachusetts. So it went from East Coast to West Coast, the Federal Reserve districts. A, Boston, Massachusetts. L, San Francisco. So if you want to collect it by Federal Reserves, you can do that as well. Here's Dallas, Texas with the K. All right. On the back, why the pyramid? I don't know. There's all kinds of theories and things and stuff and conspiracy junk and all that out there. And that's not the kind of channel we are, so we don't know. We don't care. That's something you can look into and then have your own theories. Good to have everyone here. Thank you for being here. I'm looking at the money and not at the chat way too much. I'm supposed to be saying hi to everyone. I apologize. Trying to straighten out the money. There's just so much of it. And it's not worth anything, is it? Or is it? Someone said you need to have silver certificates because they're worth their value in silver. And that is a true statement. The same way that these Federal Reserve notes, even though it just says that this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, and doesn't go into any of the additional details, is worth its value in silver. You're wrong, coach. That's not true. They devalued the money years ago. Well, you're absolutely wrong as well, because a silver certificate is worth $1 in silver, and a $1 note is worth $1 in silver. It's not worth a silver dollar, which is worth $30-some, $20-some, whatever it might be. Found a star note. Here we go. So notice, Dallas-Fort Worth Bank, there's a star instead of a letter. So whatever the sheet was that they were making that they had to destroy, they've now introduced this sheet to replace it. And so when you get brand new stacks of ones, you might have all these bills and then a star note right in the middle of it. So when they cut it, they just inserted the star note. So this one here is a Dallas-Fort Worth Federal Reserve note from 2013. There we go. It's all beat up. It's not mint or, perfect condition. So probably has no value, but for someone that collects star notes, trying to get all the Federal Reserves, all the different years, it's actually quite a challenge. You think catching Pokemon Go is tough. Try to get all the star notes from all the different Federal Reserve banks from all the different years. Good luck to you. I'm going to set that one aside over there. We may need that later. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. H13 is St. Louis. Now I lost track again because I got all sidetracked there. 16 is I, which is Minneapolis. 17, 18 is New York with B. 19, 20, F for 20 is Atlanta, Georgia. 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. We have mostly the L notes out here because it's the closest Federal Reserve Bank to the Las Vegas area. Buying a counter is great if you don't want to look at the notes. Yeah, finding the web-fed notes are tough. All right, here's a stack of 20s. Let's go into 20s. That's $2 grand. So how many 20s in a stack to make $2 grand? Someone get out your calculator. Get your calculator. So notice they've taken away the Federal Reserve individual banks on the bigger notes. They're trying to do things to make them harder to counterfeit and all that kind of stuff. The C3, that's one of the plate numbers on a 20, whereas you got the B1 here on a $1 bill. Here's a Fort Worth. So this one, wow. Look at that. Okay, we just learned something. So F41 is a plate number, B34, but it was done in the Fort Worth branch. Interesting. That's something new. There's just so many different numbers on here to identify where and when it was made. Let's set that one aside. Very cool. All right. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 5. Now there's $500 worth, and these were all in the proper order, so fantastic. I'm going to put a rubber band around these because they're worth a lot more money than a 5 and a 1, and that's just how I do it. You could be holding a super fake and never know what it's a dupe. Much like this one right here. Movie prop use only, although you can feel it. Did Coach win the lottery? No, we're just doing a little tutorial here. 1, 2, there's a 2006, 2013, 2017A. There we go. Notice on the $20 bill, the A is to the right, whereas on the $1 bill, it was below the date. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Just noticing it. 3, 4, and 5, 6. Make sure you get the ones that backwards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a torn 20. Can't spend that at McDonald's. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A taped one. 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay. Here's things that people do to your paper money. This is why it's not collectible. Someone had $320 worth of 20s, so they wrote that on the front one, and then they took it to the bank. This one's torn. Is it worth $20? It's not torn all the way in half, and the serial numbers on both sides match, so that's a good 20 right there. Will that go into a slot machine? I'm not sure. There we go. Let's keep going here. I'm having fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh! 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's just put these away and we'll go look at the two notes I just found. Exciting stuff here, folks. It's exciting stuff. It's a cash mukbang. The largest bill made, they had a $100,000 bill back in the day. Devin Morrill, come on, bug, welcome. Good to have you here. There's $1,000 bills, $5,000 bills, but due to the drug economy and money laundering and other things, they're not being made anymore, and they really don't trade anymore. But they used to make the $10,000 notes, the $100,000 notes to transfer money between banks and so on. And so what happened now is you can do it electronically. You don't need those. Notice the serial number, 000-23505. So this could be collectible to someone who collects low-numbered bills. And it's not too bad a condition other than the tear, so it has no collectible value other than the number. So I could probably sell this on mccord.com for like $22.50. And then with all that other stuff, it's not worth it. But I'll hold on to that. When I did coin shows back in the day, I'd have some paper money like this. And you never know what someone's looking for. So 000, we'll put that over here. Here's a $20 bill star note. Okay. Notice on the ones, on the left side, the numbers are below, and on the right side, they're above. On the 20, it's opposite. How about that? We're going to put that over here. That's one of our, we're setting that aside. Let's go back to the Fivers, fiverr.com. Devin's back in the saddle again. Fantastic. Brian Forrest is here. Arliss is here. Jennifer, how you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I look up, if I get your name, I'll say hi. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Had to turn around. 13, 14, 15. Really crappy 16, 18, 19, and 20. Only 20 with the $5 bills. Every other denomination, 25, except hundreds. There we go. It's $100 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 14, 15, horrible number 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if I was in a bank and my job was the vault teller, I would set this aside and it would go into my bag back to the Federal Reserve to be destroyed. It's very well used. It's going to fall apart. And so I would then put one over the top of it here for this stack so it doesn't disintegrate while it's in my vault. But vault tellers, what a great job if you're a coin or a paper money collector. You need a loan coach? A.G. Jordan III, that's right. Check out our new Klepto coin opportunity. $16, $17. What did I do with all my 5s? There's some more over here. So 18, 19, and 20. Okay, we're going to go over to the eBay thing here in a moment. I'm going to show you a few things on eBay that you can, if you ever want to know anything about anything, you go to eBay and you find it there. A couple more here so I can clean up. 1, 2. $18, 19, and 20. So I flipped them over because the majority of them were upside down and it just seemed quicker and easier to do that time. It didn't mean anything other than doing it. So here's another good liar's poker number, 4444000. So when you play liar's poker, you tell people what you have on your bill and they either call it you're full of it or you keep on playing. And then whoever has the biggest hand, you win the other guy's money. And so you want to have a lot of good bills around with lots of, I've got 6 of a kind, I got 7 of a kind. And then for someone called bull, you don't have that. And then you show them, boom, I got it right here, and you win their money. So you always want to find a liar's poker bill and keep it in your wallet or your purse or in your man satchel. $16, $17, $18. Ooh, there's another one. 19, 20. Give me some more 20s. 21. I think I may be done with them. Okay, here's what I pulled off just now. So this one, lots of zeros here at the end, 1,000. So this would have been if you had a stack of brand new 20s, this would have been the top bill of the packs of 20s, $1,020 bills. Pretty darn cool. Okay. Another star note, low number, 00314, but it's a higher number than that other one. Where'd it go? The 000, but it is a star note, so we'll put that aside. And what was it on that one? We'll just set those over there. You gotta clean this mess up. Way too messy. You don't want to be messy with your bills. Man satchel. Also your money bag, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking also for some of the mid-series bills where they actually have the line around the president or whoever might be on the bill. These are the 3rd generation Federal Reserve notes, so or at least of the modern Federal Reserve notes. Haven't seen anything but the new stuff. So they're trying to get a lot of the bills out of circulation. Many of these can be tracked within the $20 bill world. Where's it at? Where's my 20s? I just had them. Give me a moment here. Oh, I put them over here. Where's that? Can you feel the metal strip in it? They may have taken them out. some of the older notes. We get an older note, I'll find, but there's a strip that runs through here that's supposed to, oh, there it is right there. I think, no, maybe not on these. On the older bills, when I get one, I'll show you, and then you can actually feel it. And I know of a group that used to pull those strips out as a protest against the government. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. If you have a favorite number, like number 8s, if you got a bill with lots of number 8s, you can sell it to certain people that love 8s. 8s are their number. Some people have different numbers for whatever reason, numerologists and people that do that kind of a thing. These notes, they'll pay a premium for them. So find out what the market is for it and go out there and find them. It's a miscellaneous. All right, this one, look how red that one is. So I got stained somehow. That's not due to the printing press. Here's, is that an address? Is that how old somebody is? We don't know. Haven't found anything old yet. I'm very disappointed. See if there's is there a fake fiver over here? No. Oh, there is. Yeah, they cleaned it up on the fake 5 too. All right, let me flip through real quick and see if we can find an older 5. So, just if we randomly see it. Yep, exactly 100. Find an older one. Yep, exactly 100. There they are. They're all the older or the newer ones. They will stand out if you see one. You'll see the different designs that used to be so commonplace in America, but now it's different. This one right here should not have gotten out of the bank just because it's all crimped up. They don't care anymore. Some 20s. I find most of my older bills now in the casino cash out machines. For some reason, they have plenty of older bills in the casinos, and they do end up in the cash out machines. So if you're looking for old collectible money, go there. There you go. Yeah, it's all modern. Oh, look at that one. There's a nice condition one. Star note. Pretty good condition. So if you're a star note collector, you would put this one aside. There's a little ink smudge right there from the printing process. There's no corner dings. It's nice and flat. This one's a little soft. There's no tears in this one. It does have some ink issues, but it is a star note. So that would be one that if you collect star notes, put that one aside. It's a horrible batch here, the way they've got it. So sometimes I like to just straighten them out some way and then finish them off, just because it's such a pain in the butt. Why did America get so lazy that this is no longer a thing? Oh, look at this nasty bill here. 2013. These $20 bills, there was a period of time in the 80s when every $20 bill was used for something. And specifically on the East Coast and the West Coast, New York, if you had a $20 bill, it would test positive for an illegal substance for some reason. So back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of rolled up 20s. I'm not sure what they did with those. You have to look that up on the internet. Okay, here they're stuck together because there's 2 notes. Are they back to back? Look at that. Serial numbers. 472853337, 472853336. So they were stuck together because there were 2 brand new notes that were printed in the same batch. And if you can get a run of 5 or 6 in a row like that, some people collect those. I've sold lots of those on eBay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. Anyone out there have a bunch of cash at home? Just give us your address. I'll be happy to come over and tell you what the value of it is. Tell us which floor it's on, what vault it's in. We'll be happy to help you in any way we can. Every once in a while, you get one of these notes. That's what that 20 was for. I was saving it for. Oh, now I lost it. Let me find it. I'll show you what it is. This is a bank stamp we're going to look at right now. Don't confuse this for a printing error. I'll show you an offsides note here in a moment as well if I find one. Oh, look, another star note. See, they're not completely scarce, but putting together a set would be harder to do than you would imagine because there's going to be some scarcer ones. Let's find it here. Where you at, brah? It's funny how this gentleman here is on our quarter and also on a $1 bill and lots of stamps, whereas this other gentleman is on a penny and a $5 bill and lots of stamps. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason or thought process there. There it is. Okay, I found it. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it's got all ink all over it. Yes, it does. So a lot of times the banks have stamps that they'll put the band on it like this, and then they'll stamp it for some reason on the back or the front. And that is ink that's bled over onto the bill. So as a collector's item, unless it was a radar note or something super scarce, it has absolutely no value as a collector because it's got that outside ink on it. It's like a baseball card that you wrote your name on it. You don't want to do that. It just takes the value away. So just something to think about. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, upside down, 3, 4, and 5. So 25. So taking advantage of our thing here. Who was on the $10,000 bill? That's a great question. Let's get ready with your questions here in a moment. Let me put this off to the side. I'm going to turn the computer around. I'm going to show you a few things that are interesting, at least to me. A lot of ugly 2009s here. So 2009, how long ago was that? 14 years ago. That's a while ago. A while. All right, get ready for some really cool. Look at that. Little tape delay there. I'm going to zoom in. More than an ATM. All right. So we're going to go over here to eBay. I love eBay. So in 1963, let me zoom in for you. This is a Barr note. So Joseph Barr was a signature on this note. And his signature is over here. And he was only in office for a short period of time because there was a change of the president for some random reason in 1963. If you're a history buff or you know anything about the United States of America, President Kennedy term was very short. In November of 1963, he was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. And so the Barr note, he had just started signing the notes and stopped because of that changeover. But how many notes did he sign? Well, he just signs the printing press, the printing plates, and millions and millions and millions of notes were made. But because there's a perceived scarcity, they immediately became scarce. And so they're hard to find because there's tons of them, stacks of them, held up in cigar boxes and cases and grandma's pouch and all that stuff all over America. This one, it's well used, $4. How many would you like for $2.95 each? $4. $8.50 for a crisp Dylan Barr note. $9.26 for 10 of them. $39.95, all different prices. So there you go, Barr notes. You get a star bar, and those are worth a little bit more. 1988A web-fed note. It's a web-fed note, and hopefully you can see this here. I'm going to show it to you. So notice the plate number right here above the E, and notice the plate number here below the E. So this is your traditional sheet-fed note in my hand. A web-fed note was a note, they actually had the rolls of paper like they do newspapers, and rushed them through a web printing press in Texas. And they ran them in 1988 through 1995 as a test and experiment. And the way that you indicate that they're different is that little on the top there. There's probably a couple other ways, but that's the one I know of. How much are these worth? Well, this guy wants so far 14 bids for $13.50 for an 88A. Are there any worth more than that? And I ask that question because Here's one for $2,800. Okay, mint condition, and it's a web-fed star note. So it's got the star on the edge, 1988, $2,800 for a $1 note that you could have pulled out of circulation. Here's one that's not a star note. They want $130 for that. Here's a beat up one for $10, $8, $12, all over the board. Here's another one. This one, let me zoom out on the condition of it, a little bit more beat up than the other one. $1,782 or best offer. And right below it is a 1988 non-web note. So this person's trying to take advantage of the web note craze. He's got a regular note. This guy's a shady son of a gun, allegedly. Roger Coin Rings, Picks and More. It's got 100% favorable, which is nice. Let me show you here. But this is a come on. So he's got 100% favorable, but this is a non-web note. So if you're searching web notes and you're trying to get something for a collector, you might accidentally buy this one. That's kind of crappy. It's like back in the day when they would sell the new PS5 box for Christmas and everyone got an empty box. Here's a Richmond, Virginia one for $49. Here's a Philadelphia one for $59. Here's a Chicago one for $119. This one is a 1988 web press note, rare FM block run, 01 combo, blah, 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 stuff and things. $300 they want for that one, and so on. So it's all over the board. They're basically worth what you can get for them. So definitely look for the web-fed notes. And all you have to do, where's that number on the back? Is it on the top or the bottom? That's all you got to do. All right, up next, silver certificates. George Washington silver certificates. There's a USA notes. Here we go. A stack of brand new silver certificates, mint condition. You get says CU consecutives from, so you probably get a couple of different notes. They've sold 1,817 of them. They're not scarce. I don't know how many you get. 95% favorable on his thing, but they want $19 for it. A red seal, we're going to talk about the USA notes. It's the red seal, not really rare. That's why they're $7. Blue seal is the silver certificate. Lots of different 28, 34. Funny backs. They have a different design on the back. There's a whole bunch of different types of paper money out there you can collect. $5.01 on this one. But you can see the blue seal versus the green seal of the Federal Reserve note. They do stand out, and they're easy to spot if you do see them and if you're not colorblind. What's a Hawaii note? Jennifer, do you know what a Hawaii note is? Look at that. Hawaii right there. During World War II, these notes were issued for the state of Hawaii and for the military bases because if for some reason it was captured and taken over, they could devalue this money immediately so the enemy could not use that as currency. The U.S. government would devalue it immediately. So there's Hawaii notes. There's other notes that they've made over the years with stamps on it, much like that, but super rare. Look at that. $325, $240, $60, $10. These are fantasy Hawaii notes, reproductive, so if you're not paying attention. Here's an emergency Hawaii $1 bill for $35. Vintage Hawaii note with the PC block seal, $30, and so on. There's a $10 bill Hawaii note. So that's something cool to look for. I've never, ever, ever, ever found one in circulation, ever. These are called horse blanket notes, and that's because they're bigger dollars. In 1923, the dollar was much larger size than a regular dollar is today. And so it's still a Federal Reserve note or silver certificate. There's the funny back. That's the back of it. It's also a green back because it's green on the back. It's not green on the front. It's black on the front, black ink on the front except for the serial number. Green on the back. That's what they're called, greenbacks. 7 year type thing, 1923. There you go. There's some older ones, different values. And then finally, the United States note, the $2 bills with the red seal. There's $5 bills. 1963 was the last time they did those, and they're still out in circulation. You can still find. Very cool stuff. Let's pull it back in here. Appreciate y'all being here. I don't know everything. I only know what I know. If you like $2 bills, go to your bank and ask them. They can order them for you. You can ask for $50 at the bank. You can ask for silver dollars, but you'll get the little whatchamadingles, the Susan B's or the whatever. Here's a crisp star note. Oh yeah, I've seen uncut sheets. I've actually owned them. You can buy them directly from the U.S. Mint. This one I'm actually going to save now. This one is a collectible, nice condition, 2017 star note. This one's going into my collection right there. You can order them. Go to the usmint.gov or the U.S. Treasury. I think it's U.S. Mint. You can order them many times. There's lots of sheets. You get like 4 $2 bills. You can get all kinds of stuff. You can buy collector sets, 1994, 1997. There was a special nickel made by the government, and sometimes they come with the $2 bills. So it's like a Jefferson collection. You get the $2 bill with the Jefferson. You get the nickel. Some of those have, some of them they made 25,000 of. Some they made 300,000 of. They got some special values on them, so check those out. Lots of great stuff. I always go to eBay. Mikey Bags of Money goes to eBay, and the reason we do that is because what is it actually selling for? I want $90,000 for this. Well, if someone's willing to pay me $2, it's worth $2. It's not worth $90,000. I can hold on to it. Hope someday it's worth $90,000, but it won't be. Q&A time. Let me go back to the questions here. Let me go back to our video screen. And at this point, I will take any questions you may have. I'll do my best to answer it. If I don't know, I don't know. If you like what you see, show some love. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Janice. Curtis Baker, a lot of info here. I'm doing what I can. I've been a coin and peripheral collector since 1976. And back when the Drummer Boy quarters came out and the bicentennial stuff, actually started in 1975. There are no 1975 dated half dollars, quarters, or dollars, because they figured everyone was going to hoard the quarter, half dollar, and dollars, so they made them for 2 years to keep them in circulation. Question: one of those $1 stacks had $5 bill in it. Oh, cool, excellent. Then I'm up $4. Do you prefer collecting notes or coins? I love coins much better. How's the LOON Mobile running? It's okay. I'm so glad you're doing better. Thank you. Yes, I'm actually worse today than yesterday because my medicine ended. It was cold yesterday. I went outside like a fool, and I feel it. So tonight, that's why we're inside doing inside stuff, using our inside voices. Any questions at all that you have, I'm happy to answer them. Appreciate y'all very much hanging out. This is inside stuff. I have a bunch of 50-cent pieces, and there are things I should look for in variances. Yes, 1983, 1982 Philadelphia. On the back side, and I wish I had one, I could show you where there's a missing designer initial. The FG for Frank Gasparo is missing, and those have some collector value on them. Star notes are the replacement notes. There you go, right there, star note. If I get a chance to meet you this summer, I can bring my Mexican currency if you collect that. Some of it I do just when I travel in Mexico, I do that. I collect a lot of coins. You're employed by the Aztec in the English. Shh. You don't spend your $2 bills. They're fun to spend when people don't know what they are. Especially around the holidays, you go spend $2 bills and people go nuts. Like, what the hell is going on here? So this all going in the drop safe in a moment. So, do you have a metal detector? I used to metal detect. I like stuff. What is Silver Strike $40 coins worth? $40. Why did Canada take the? Why didn't $1 coins take off in Canada? Because they're heavy and they break your pocket. I don't know, because they're cute. Hey, Coach, glad to see you're feeling better. Thank you, Ryan S. Wolfie's here. How you doing? I'm just counting as we go. So you used to play the coin machines back in the day and look for the old ones all the time. I put together some great collections out of slot machines. I put together, I'll lie, 12, 15 full nickel sets from 1938 on out of the slot machines at the Clarion Hotel Casino, because what happens is grandma and grandpa pass away, or you rob your uncle or whatever it is, and people would take the coins and put them into our slot machines or drop them into counters, and they'd eventually end up in the slot machines. So I'd spend hours going through the bags when they would come in. They get the dollar bags. I'd go through those. I'd actually find the old Morgan and Peace silver dollars in those bags. And Rick, if you're watching, Rick, our cage guy, thank you very much. You can check out Rick Las Vegas Biggs on Twitch. He's a gamer. The older coins are great. Do you have any of those World War II pennies? Yes, they're steel pennies. And they were made out of steel because we needed the copper for the war effort. Any tuna specials of the Aztec tonight? Possibly in room 704. Super Friends, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. It's Fernando, everybody. You were in the Philippines for a while. $100. Yeah, silver coins, when you open up a roll of quarters or $50, you can just look on the side and you can take a look at it. The steel pennies are really cool to keep. They do deteriorate, though. If they get any kind of a scratch or ding on it, they will oxidize and go away. So over time, you don't want to get rust on those. They have no value. There's so many rusty steel pennies out there. That's why the good ones continue to rise in value as the rusty ones go away. Getting close to 100 thumbs up, so I appreciate that. We're 95. Wish I had a $1 bill in Canada. Not a fan of the loonies or toonies, but at least they last longer than paper, and it saves the government money. So it's about the government, not you. And I thought the government was for the people, not for themselves. I don't know. We're not a political channel. Are you a member of the Silver Strike Club? I am not. Prefer coins or paper money? I love coins because it pisses people off, and it's my right to spend them. I can't give them 50,000 pennies. They have the right to reject that, but it's my right to spend. I love going to grocery stores. In fact, some of my early videos, what is the hardest state quarter to find? Ooh, or what is the hardest state to find in quarters? There's some very rare ones in there. There's some designs, some error ones. The Wisconsin quarter has an extra couple different designs on them. I used to know that stuff. I don't know anymore. That's a great question. It's the older ones because people stopped collecting them. I forgot what I was saying prior to that. It's a great question. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, I'm counting 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh! 19, 20, 21. Because I'm going to take this one with all the zeros on it. Put it over here. No pennies in Canada anymore? Really? That's just crazy, in my opinion. I'm not commenting on anything government. Thank you. Chris, I appreciate that. Andy, thank you. Big question, how was your gin and tonic last night? The guest was very pleased with that. Early videos on the channel. I was putting older nickels and pennies into circulation in Scottsdale during the pandemic to give people something to do. And I had a bunch of coins from the 40s and 50s, 60s, some wheat cents, a couple silver nickels, and put them into circulation to give people something to do. So I've got some videos that tell you kind of what I was doing and where I was at. So I'd go to the grocery stores and I'd feed them into the grocery store coin things because I knew that they would collect them and then give it back out as change when people use their cash. So they may or may not still be in circulation out there. Some very cool coins just to collect. Lots of the 40s. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but I did. 50, 60, 80, 90. I'm getting my work done over here. 100. If you work at the English Hotel, we cash you out on your tips. That's right. You get your cash tips. So if you're looking for a great job at the Pepper Club and you like tips, check out the English Hotel. Go to Sightline Hospitality and check out the Join Us section for jobs. If you've worked at a Del Taco, we have a job for you. All right, is that it? How many Carson silver dollars do you have? None. I have sold them. I have sold them all. Anyone that I would get with value like that, I like to sell them. Where's George.com was cool. Don't know if that's around it. Yes, it's out there. We actually broke Where's George one night here on this channel. We got one. And I had everyone go in there and say from wherever they were at that they had the bill. They've got an algorithm now that they know when that's happening and they shut the bill down immediately because they know that you're lying. And it was very interesting to see. We used to do that and get away with it. But whoever runs Where's George figured it out and they fixed it. We were hacking. More questions, more answers. I was a food server for over 30 years. You miss it, yes. Very cool. If everyone got a chance to see the Raymond video, check it out. My dad had all those old coins when he passed. I wanted new paper. Oh, no. 1984? 85? Whatever it was. Tempe, Arizona. I have a little coin shop. I'm running a coin shop at ASU as part of my making money while I go to school. So I'm in it. There's an insurance company, and I get the front counter. I was their receptionist, and I got to sell coins and stuff, and I got to buy coins. And that's how I helped pay for college. And so I have an old Queen bill with it. Oh, wow. And somebody came in and sold me some 90% silver quarters. And I said, oh, cool. Where'd you get these? I had like 5 rolls of them. And back then, probably paid $70 a roll, 7 times face value. He said, oh, I was just at the bank the other day and they had some, so I got them. I said, oh, which bank? Out of curiosity. And they told me. I put the close sign on the door once the guy left. I went to the bank and I bought every roll of quarters that they had at the bank. I cleaned them out. And I found about 35 rolls of silver quarters worth about $70 to $80 a roll. So I made 7 to 8 times my money by quickly going over there. One time I was at a McDonald's in Fairbanks, Alaska, and when I opened up the till to get me my change, I noticed some Mercury head silver dimes in their till. And so I just said to the lady, hey, any chance I get all my change in dimes? Sure, you moron, no problem. So she paid me all in the dimes. Boom, baby, they were worth like $2 a piece at the time. It's awesome. Got some free food that way. All right, well, I appreciate y'all being here. We're coming up on 1 hour. If I could find anything else, I would. I'm trying to find one of the older bills. It doesn't look like there are any. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe. And we will be live a little bit later on. We're going to do a little Keno. We have to do Keno every night. What did you go to school for? I went to school for broadcast communications and business administration. That's right. And surfing and snorkeling. I actually need to finish a snorkeling class in Hawaii. University of Hawaii, Manoa, Arizona State University, Mesa Community College, and the University of Alaska Fairbanks. That's where I went. Another nice one. Another star note. Look at that one. Nice and crisp. They're not that scarce, but they're there. All right, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all being here. Join us again for more stuff coming up on this channel. And probably, what time is it right now? 8:30, so about 9:30, because we have a group coming in that I have to take care of at the restaurant. Once they're in, get them situated, we're going to jump in the car and go do some stuff. We'll drive around a little bit. So look for the link. I'll drop the link here in a little bit. And go Rainbow Warriors. There you go, Jennifer. And so look for that link. It may have all this money on it. You never know. But we'll see you here in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. Making it rain, baby. How do you, is it like that? Is that how you do it? Now I got to pick it up.